Hi, my lovelies. Welcome back. Are you getting bleeped with by your 3D? Are you feeling like you are getting these results, these sort of opposite results that you're done with, you're not having, you're not pleased by this? And are you ready to step into your fullest power of being a master manifester and having what you want? If so, then watch this video and watch it all the way to the end because I'm going to be dropping juicy nuggets throughout. And also, if you're new here, hi everyone, I am Pamela. Welcome to the Awakened Aphrodite YouTube channel. So happy to have you here. Please hit the subscribe, the like button, and please leave a comment. I love reading your comments. Oh my goodness. And for over a decade, I have been helping people become multimillionaires and have the love that they want by tapping into their power, exploding their bank accounts and their love lives in ways that feel like pure magic. And I love magic. It isn't magic, it's manifestation. And if you're a science person, a science-based person, a lot of the things that I talk about, you can also look to science, right? When we're talking about how you feel is how you make other people feel. We're talking about mirror neurons. And this stuff works. It absolutely works. It's exactly how I've helped people get radical results in a really fast time period. So if this is for you, I also want to invite you into my world, okay? The people in my world are like, oh my God, I'm here forever. They are so in love with it because they're having these radical transformations that they've never experienced anywhere else. And everyone in my world has done all the things. Yeah, they've taken all the marketing courses. They are in their own right, in many cases, like expert marketers, okay? And they knew that there was a ceiling to the 3D, to what they could do and achieve in, just marketing or just how do I show up in a relationship? For example, polarity teachings. How do I be more feminine? Yeah. If you've tried these things and they haven't worked for you, I've got you. I have got you. That is my specialty. It's what I love, a good challenge. It's good. And I'm also going to dive into what's probably occurring in this video, by the way, if your 3D is giving you unideal results and what to do about that. Oh my goodness. So I'd love to have you in my world. I have a new program launching very, very soon called Unity. It's all about being the power and having everything that you want. Click the link below or go to theawakenedaphrodite.com. If you have any questions about working with me, please email me, Pamela at theawakenedaphrodite.com. Now let's get into it. And I can't wait to meet you. Oh my goodness. Woof, so good. What do you do if you're getting bleeped with, and not in a good way, not in a way that we want, by your 3D? It's not fun. Well, first of all, the reason why you are, I can almost guarantee you, is because you are still putting stock, investing in your 3D. And so I find now, I want you to know it does not have to go this way. Okay, you get to a point where this is not the case. And I find that I made a TikTok video pretty recently talking about how right before a lot of my clients have gotten a massive manifestation, things have gone a little haywire in their 3D. Okay. Now, I don't want to say that because that might not be the case. However, I want you to know that if that's happening to you, sorry, doggy hair, I was just cuddling the puppy. Um, that's really normal, and I want to tell you why. It is like the last hurrah. It can be the last hurrah of you finally taking your power back from the 3D. Now, you don't actually take your power back from the 3D. Dog hair. Oh my God, I feel like I have fluff all over my face. So cute, but they're so cute, so worth it. I right before I got on here, I was sticking my face in the nuzzling Ruby Bear. And I was like, I shouldn't do this right before I record in case I start sneezing, but alas, it was worth it. Do not regret any of it. Worth. So it is this last hurrah, okay, of the 3D being like, oh, you're still gonna put power into me? That's how I see it personally. Again, doesn't have to happen that way. You definitely don't want to assume that that's how it goes. Yeah. Um, I see this a lot with money where people will kind of hit rock bottom and then they become super successful. And sometimes that happens to them multiple times. Unless they're my clients, then it doesn't. It's like, no, 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 this will never happen again. And not in your reality, not in our reality. It doesn't have to be that way. So please don't assume that. And yet, if it is, I want you to know what could be happening so you can shift it fast. So it is the last hurrah of the 3D, okay? It is your world being like, you're still gonna play that old game, huh? Still gonna put all your power in me. Okay. That's what I think is happening, and that's my perception of what's occurring because I've just seen it so many times where I'll give you an example, okay? My client who just had her first 200,000 cash month. Oh my God, okay? Right before this happened, she had hit a financial low that was like rocked her world. That rocked her world. Okay, that was shocking. That was like, oh my God, what is happening? She was super freaked out. Now, interestingly enough, though, leading up to this, she kept getting sucked in back into the 3D in ways that were very curious. And we talk about this a lot, okay? And I had a few moments where I was also like with her, when are you going to stop? Letting the 3D just take you, right? She'd get abducted and taken by her 3D. Maybe I don't think I can use that word on YouTube. You guys, my channel, as an aside, I need to change my own assumptions about this, apparently. I'm telling there's something that I do know what happened, but I'm not going to talk about it now. So now I'm like, oh my God, so careful. Look at me putting my power into YouTube. I've got to see, I have things I have to shift to you guys. Um, and she was getting rocked by her 3D, basically. Okay. She was getting rocked by her 3D. And it was really interesting because she was taking the bait in ways that I was like, what? Stop that. Right? Stop. Obviously, that's not what I said. Those were not the conversations that we had. Um, and then this thing happened in her 3D that was not only not what she wanted, it was the complete opposite of what she wanted financially. And it was in that space that she chose to finally say, F it. I'm not doing this anymore. That is what this gets me. Yeah. Me putting my power into the 3D, that is what this gets me. Me putting my power into circumstances, it gets me here. I am actually done with this. And from this point on, I am going to go all in on what I decide, not what I'm being shown, all in on who I'm being. Nothing and no one is going to convince me otherwise. Nothing and no one is going to convince me that I'm not a multimillionaire. Yeah. And in a very short period of time, it was like a little bit, it was like a month and a half. If you know me, I'm not I'm like time. What is time? I have like this very distorted, I'm like timeline. I think it was about a month and a half. Okay. She had out of nowhere a $200,000 cash month. Okay, $200,000 cash month. From being like, oh my God, I'm actually worried, like, I don't know if I can pay my bills, to a $200,000 cash month. Yeah, not sales, cash. And it happened in this really interesting way. This is the thing that I want to remind you about with manifestation, where things get really cool. It doesn't have to look the way that you thought it was going to look. Don't try to put your manifestation into a box. Okay, it doesn't want to be there. Your desires are so much bigger than that. The way that God moves is so much bigger than that. The way that your higher self, universe, whatever feels resonates more for you, moves far exceeds any human thinking box that you could create. And you're incredible. You're still amazing. It's just that that is how that goes. Yeah. If your 3D is giving you an unideal reflection, it is just showing you areas where you're still putting your power in the 3D. And that is okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. What I often find is that people have areas where they're like, "Oh, bam, like, I've totally realized this in this area instantly, really quickly. I feel really confident. And in this other area, not so much." That's actually pretty normal. That's not how it has to be, by the way. You can have it all being you showing up in the power totally, completely, easily, and quickly, effortlessly. Yeah, being in your power, being a master manifester, as to where it trickles out into all these areas, and then you'll find that there's just like little tweaks of things. Overarchingly, you desire to have certain income months, bam, it's done. You desire to have a certain quality of relationship, bam, it's done. Everything without having to lift a finger. Yeah. If you're experiencing unideal results, if you're experiencing opposite results, there is a reason why. It is showing you the power that you are still putting in your 3D. And actually, I hope you stayed this long. Now I'm like, oh, not only your 3D, your negative thoughts. You are giving more power to negative thoughts than who you are as the power in your world, who you are as the only decider. And that's going to probably be because, in some way, shape, or form, you don't feel like you're worth it, deserving of it. You feel like there is some perceived obstacle. It is not real. There is no obstacle between you and what you want. Okay, it's, in fact, it's already created. In fact, you can access it right here, right now. And that is going to be what's happening in some way, shape, or form, that there's a perceived obstacle, whatever that is. Maybe it's time, maybe it's effort, maybe you have to work hard for things. It's going to depend on you. What do you think it is? Comment down below, right? What is your perception? And also comment down below, what are you shifting it to? What was your original perception before watching this video? And what is your perception now? Another way of looking at this is, how was your situation or circumstance looking like it was against you before watching this video? And after watching this video, comment down below and tell me, how are you seeing things now? How are you seeing that this is actually in support of you having everything that you want? How are you now seeing that this is in support in having your manifestation in form? Claim it now, claim it down below. And if you are wanting to be a master manifester and step into this world of truly knowing that you are the power in the world, that you can have and do have whatever you want right here, right now, this is the only work you'll ever need to do. In fact, you won't even feel drawn to do any other work that is not this, that is not you knowing that you're the power. You'll only even desire to come back to that. I find that this is so true. Like, a lot of my clients, they're like, "Oh, I don't need to take a marketing program," right? And we also talk about marketing and all these other things in the work that I do. And we talk about the 3D things too, because it delights you, because it's fun, because it's great to feel like and be an expert in what you do. That's really a beautiful experience. Yeah. Um, and they know that they don't need it in order to have what they want. They know that, in fact, my phone just started blowing up out of nowhere. I love that. Um, In fact, one of my manifestations, I can see, I'm like, oh, hello, love this. Um, in fact, they just enjoy. They know that they don't need to do the marketing, right? They're just like, "Oh, I like the experience of marketing, like feeling really good in how I market, feeling really clear in how I communicate what I do. I like living as that version of me." They get that in a way that is so deeply liberating, okay? And your 3D, I want to remind you, is a gift. Your 3D is actually in support of you. We don't want to think that our 3D is like a thing that is anything other than beautiful, a beautiful experience that you get to experience. Yeah. Life is so worth reveling in and expanding in and living, and it feels that way when you are finally liberated from the shackles of doom, which is anything outside of you has power over what you ultimately get to have and experience around who you are being, around who you are, because that's the thing. You're here and you're watching this because you want to know that you're the power in your world, and you are. If you'd like support with that, please send me an email, Pamela at theawakenedaphrodite.com. If you have DM'd me on Instagram and I haven't gotten back to you, and it's like an actual DM, it's not like spammy, you want to work with me, comment on one of my Instagram posts at the Awaken Aphrodite and say, let me know, check your DMs, and I will. Okay. And I'm so excited to meet you. I'm so excited for you to be the next success story. You already are. I can feel it. And I can't wait to have you either in my upcoming program, my one of my masterminds, or in my one-on-one world if you're a VIP, or I cannot wait. And thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to read your comments, whether it's day or night. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much for being here and for being incredible. You've got this.